The Call of Duty games of recent years haven't really given us the variety that I've been craving, but between the map variety and gun variety and customization variety in Modern Warfare, I feel like that's about to change. I'm not good at making positive videos because I just end up gushing for like 20 minutes about what I'm excited for, and it doesn't sound critical, you know? We're so used to listening to bitching that as soon as somebody's like, hey guys, I really like this, I really like this, I really like this, they just sound like a fanboy. And I don't want to sound like that. I know Modern Warfare has its problems. You guys have heard my complaints already, and you guys will hear more of my complaints after the game comes out, I'm sure. But the one thing I know that I'm excited for is the map variety and the weapon variety, but in this video we're going to focus mostly on weapon variety. So a great example of that would be the Odin. The Odin is the weapon I had the most fun customizing because when I first played with it I thought this is kind of basic, you know? It's kind of an ugly rifle, it's slow firing, it kind of gave me Man of War vibes from Black Ops 3, but overall I wasn't that interested in it. But the Odin and then also the AK-47 showed me that weapon customization in this game can only be described as incredibly fun. Here's me using the Odin this way, and then I used it this way, and then I used it this way. This version has a longer range rifle scope, it has a heavy stock, a bipod, a long barrel, and a long suppressor, and when mounted, it is basically an automatic sniper rifle. You can also swap it over into semi-auto for more accurate shots, which will make people cry in hardcore mode, and it'll help you land headshots in the Realism game modes. I'm also pretty sure that sniper scopes work even with the night vision goggles, so this would be a great, versatile rifle to have in the night vision mode. I could also trade the bipod for an underbarrel grenade launcher or shotgun, and essentially have a long-range, suppressed, automatic sniper rifle with a shotgun on the under end of it. And that just sounds stupid and practical in real life, but incredibly fun in a video game. On top of that, these weapons are some of the best I've seen in gaming in a while. They're beautiful. On my Xbox One X, the graphics in this game were great anyway, but the weapon models stood out among the rest. The recoil, the sound, the way your character held them, the animation surrounding them, it all felt so good. Infinity Ward outdid themselves with the animation work in this game. It makes other Call of Duty's weaponry feel flat and uninteresting in comparison, and is hard to go back to after playing the Modern Warfare beta, at least for me. The optic work is also really impressive. ACOG scopes, hybrids, hollows, red dots all look so clean to aim through. They even really nailed that scope effect that most other shooters don't even bother trying to achieve. And with weapon conversion kits, your AUG PDW can be converted into the AUG assault rifle, and the AK-47 can be converted into a carbine, AK-74U. I believe the AK-74U in real life is a carbine, or is it a SMG? I don't know how it's classified in real life, you guys can let me know down below. But in case you guys are gonna say something about realism, I want to remind you that this is Call of Duty. It's not really supposed to be realistic, but the thing about this game is that it's believable. It didn't feel tactical, it felt tacticool. It gave me that kind of kiddish feeling of pretending to be in the military that I haven't really felt since I first got into Battlefield as a kid. Obviously the gameplay didn't play like actual military. I mean, if I want that, I'll go play SWAT, I'll go play one of my other milsim games on my PC, but I'm strictly talking here about customizing the weapons and the way it looked to hold them and fire them, the way they sounded in my headset. It just was so good.
Copy. That's a kill. Reload.
Bruh. Everything came together for me. And in the midst of all this, Infinity Ward indirectly buffed Overkill, because now your second primary can have 5 attachments, so your second primary isn't hindered in some way. In fact, I believe if you wanted to have a Dragunov and then kind of, you know, follow that same vein of weaponry, you wanted to also have an AK-47 secondary, you could convert your AK-47 into an AK-74U, so then you have an AK-74U secondary and a Dragunov, both fully decked out with attachments. Your attachments don't take away from your perks, and although I think that your attachments should take away from your ability to have a lethal and tactical, I've said this before, I think you should be able to have 7 options for attachments and weapon perks on your gun. and then you can use up 2 of them if you want for tacticals and lethals, or you can have 7 attachments. But that's a different video, and in fact is a video that I already did. But customizing your weapon doesn't take anything away from the rest of your class. Having an M4 with full attachments does not make your secondary any worse. You don't have to make sacrifices to do that, so you are free to play with your gun. It took Call of Duty a while, but here we have a system that doesn't punish you for having a weapon, and doesn't punish you for putting attachments on that weapon. Being able to have an AK-47 with a sniper scope, a bipod, a heavy stock, and a long barrel and a compensator, mounting it up and using it like a long-range suppression tool is awesome, but you might think, boom, what the hell's the point of that? Well, Call of Duty isn't just a Twitch arena shooter this year, we have Ground War, a game mode where even bullet drop comes into account here. Bullet travel time and drop will come into account in Modern Warfare's Ground War mode. And that means weapon customization becomes incredibly important. A weapon or attachment, or a weapon with a set of attachments that you wouldn't normally use in 6v6 or 10v10 might be very useful on one of the larger Ground War maps when you're playing with 64 people. An optic you normally wouldn't use in the night vision mode would be useful, and that is where the game really brings in the variety that I've been looking for in COD. The fact that maps will have varying ranges and varying sizes, and we're not just doing the same repetitive layouts and pacing every match, couple that with the fact that you can customize your weapon and class mid-game, and you can customize it to such depth, we have a lot of variety at our fingertips. If your maps are small and limited, like they were in Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3, or Black Ops 4, and they're very linear, they're very basic, then weapon customization means less when playing on them. You have less things to account for, so you can really just make one class and run it on every map, and that might appeal to some people, but I for one am absolutely sick of it. I am incredibly excited to bring back I Need a Weapon in Modern Warfare for longer than like 5 episodes, because there's going to be more depth and variety in the game when it comes to customization and engagement variety, so the differences between classes will mean more, and at the very least, it'll just be fun to see what combinations you guys come up with and stick me with for an episode of I Need a Weapon. There are some downsides, and I can talk about those in later videos, and I was going to talk about them in this video, but you know what? This is a nice length for a video, and I just want to say nice things about the created class system. I'm not going to talk about camping, I'm not going to talk about explosions, I'm not going to talk about what you need to do or what I need to do or what I think the COD community needs or doesn't need. I'm so sick of that. That's just the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm incredibly excited for the Gunsmith, and I hope you guys are too. Let me know your favorite weapon in the Modern Warfare beta. I think mine was the M13. I'm excited to see what you guys say, and also let me know if you came up with any weird combinations during the beta that you might recommend to me and I Need a Weapon. I will see you when I see you guys. Goodbye.